we're going to go over to October 1st, 1975. But wait, this is a September battle.
Dueling Decades.
All right, well, I get 2 points in that round. I tie this game up with Mancrush, and we're heading into the final round, the Hot Products round. I'll go first on this one, actually. So for my hot product this week, we're going to go over to October 1st, 1975. But wait, this is a September battle. That's okay, because the Philippines is 12 hours ahead of us. Because on the night of September 30th, 1975, the hottest ticket in towns across America was on pay-per-view in closed-circuit TV. I give you the Thriller in Manila, the third and final match between the world heavyweight champion Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. The fight was scheduled.
Frazier is down. Frazier is down. I'm sorry.
Now, the fight was scheduled for the morning of October 1st to accommodate the fans watching it on closed-circuit television on September 30th in the United States. Promoted by Don King, the Thriller in Manila was shown on closed-circuit television in 380 locations in the United States and broadcast to 68 countries worldwide.
Wow.
The fight was watched by a record global television audience of 1 billion viewers, including 100 million viewers watching on closed-circuit theater television and 500,000 pay-per-view buys on HBO home cable television. So that night, actually, HBO became the first television network in history to deliver a continuous signal via satellite, broadcasting that epic fight. This revolutionary event, kind of linking all the satellites together with cable, it turned cable television from a retransmitter into a program provider, completely changing the scope of what cable television would become. So Ali, of course, won that fight after Frazier's chief second, Eddie Futch, asked the referee to stop the fight following the 14th round. So Ali ended up making $9 million for the fight. That's $45 million in 2021 dollars today, kids. And Frazier, he made about $5 million or $25 million in 2021. ESPN Sports Century ranked this event number 5 in its greatest games of the 20th century. And you could have seen it all for the low price of $12.50 or $63 in 2021 on closed-circuit television. So the Thriller Manila, live on closed-circuit television and pay-per-view, September 30th, 1975.
I want to know what the 4 events in front of that one were. I mean, if that was rated number 5, what was 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and look. I didn't know.
It must have been when God created the earth. And then,
yeah. Knowing ESPN, one of them has to do with Michael Jordan. The other one has to do with a horse. So.
The one when Michael Jordan fought a horse for charity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jordan's got the top 4.
Yeah. All right, who's next?
All right, Mancrush, what did you bring for the Hot Products round?
All right, so let's go September 13th, 1985, and I'm kind of glad that Mark went to the Philippines, because I'm going to go outside this country as well, because I was initially torn on selecting this because it was a Japanese release. But when you look at the cultural impact that this game had, I think it would have been a travesty if I skipped this. I'll leave that decision to Tepper, but seriously, I don't see that being an issue. And the fact that Mark brought the Philippines into the question, whatever. And you know what? I'm throwing this number out there, but if I had to venture to guess, I'd say at least 8 out of 10 people at least once in their lifetime have played this game. I have no evidence to back that figure up, but I don't know like one person in my entire life that's never played this. I remember even my grandmother playing this game with me. She was not good at it at all, but she played it. And also the other thing with this one, the North American release is really kind of foggy. It seems like no one agrees when it was actually released in the US. Like if it was late fall, early winter, they don't have a date. So we go with the Japanese date, which is September 13th, 1985. Anyway, this lovable character got his start as the character Video Man in Donkey Kong back in 1981, or Jumpman, as many of us knew him. That is until Mario Segale, the landlord for Nintendo's warehouse space in Washington, he stormed into their office in Tukwila, I forgot what it was, Washington, to bitch them out for being behind on their rent. So apparently, like Mario Segale, he was not a very tall man. He wore suspenders, and that was enough for Miyamoto to anoint their landlord with the namesake of arguably the most popular game character of all time, Super Mario. So on September 13th, 1985, Super Mario Brothers was released in Japan for the NES, and they've never looked back. Since his inception, Mario's been in hundreds of NES games, and Super Mario Brothers, it happens to be the most successful game ever in the franchise, selling just over 40 million copies for that one game alone. And to this date, there's something like 90 other titles of just Mario games. And I'm saying something like, because there were so fucking many of these that I had to count, I probably lost count. It was either higher or lower. So give or take 90. But I would say, like, tell me and be honest. Do you know of any person in your life who's never played the game Super Mario Brothers?
No.
I was thinking about, I'm like, everybody's played Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, that was released September 13th, 1985.
All right, Joe Findlay, what did you bring for the hot products round?
All right. Well, my hot product, I decided to keep it, on the continent.
We're talking world, baby.
No, we're talking the world. Well, believe me, this one took over the world too. And this one made a fool out of Nintendo in the process. I take it to September 9th, 1995, where a special company invited people to live in your world, but play in ours, as Sony released the PlayStation in North America. It began actually as an attempt to partner with Nintendo to actually create the Super Famicom into a CD-ROM video game system. And Nintendo decided they didn't want to go that route. They wanted to stay with cartridges. And Sony was so pissed off that they're like, you know what? We're going to develop our own system. And develop one they did. They actually released this just opposite the Sega Saturn, which was also a CD-ROM. So the two coming in kind of heralded the new generation, saying that CDs are the future, but PlayStation just wiped the floor with Sega Saturn and the N64. Eventually, it was actually the first console to ever ship 100 million units, and it released 7,918 games over its lifetime. And among those were popular games like Gran Turismo, Tekken, Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy VI, Crash Bandicoot, Tomb Raider. You could go on and on and on and on forever. They had so many proprietary things. They actually still have a great deal of proprietary things and are still the top sellers going. Nintendo's had their moments again. The Wii came and became a hot seller. The Switch came in and became a hot seller, but Sony has been a consistently a mega seller since this came out, and just changed the whole landscape of video games. And it started all here with the PlayStation.
Wow. Excellent. All right, let's throw it down to Robert Tepper for his final verdict on the hot products round and this game.
It's so funny that you said Mario Brothers was based on his landlord. I think that's hilarious, because every time I saw Mario, I'd go, what is this guy doing in a game? What is he doing in a game? This is like so funny. He just always looked funny to me. Like, who is this dude?
And I got that from Mike Ranger last night. Well, Mike was at the studio with me.
Go ahead.
Mike's like a big retro game guy. And he was like, you know where they got the name from? And he like went through the whole thing, and I was like, good, I'm going to use that shit.
That's so great.
It's crazy. I never knew that.
I'll put it to you that a suspended contestant aided in his pick. Just put that out there.
He's indefinitely suspended.
Hold on, back up. I could be suspended?
No.
A couple, it was like a month ago, maybe a little over a month ago. Mike Ranger came to a round with a false pick. He screwed up. He had 1978 and he brought a concert from 1973.
Oh,
And it was like this big thing. Mike did a press conference.
holy! So it was like a scandal.
It was a scandal. So
you
Mike
guys got scandalized.
Mike got indefinitely suspended for a pick that didn't even win the fucking round or the game.
Oh
And
my
now
God.
he's in a current contestant's here. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, man, he was canceled. He's canceled. I like it. Okay. So there's Mario. He's there. I've seen him jump a million times. I have 5 children. Every generation has played video games into the ground, from Madden to my 11-and-a-half-year-old plays soccer all day. I mean, this is great. You don't have to talk to your children anymore. This is the best thing ever. You know? You just don't have to. My God, it's like built-in babysitter. Come back 3 days later, shove some toast under the door. They're still watching Mario go boing, boing. And Sony created, wow, they that other company wanted to go with the cartridge, huh? That's like what was the Xerox? No, we don't need computers. We're fine with the printers. We're okay. We don't need. Nah, should we buy that? Should we buy this guy Bill's? Like, should we get his the copyright for this thing? Nah, let him keep it. It's okay. We don't need it. So that's one of those decisions. I love it. And I don't know, guys. I mean, the creation of watching sports in a whole new, fantastic way. Like, I'm about to go. As soon as we're done, I'm gonna put on my tennis match in my football game, and I'm gonna watch it because DirecTV and all this stuff is just amazing. It is truly, truly amazing what that was the precursor to. First of all, that fight was I mean, they've made movies out of what that fight was about. And Muhammad Ali, can you imagine that this stuff was just coming around? Because I remember we went to see Sugar Ray Leonard and Hands of Stone. What was his name?
Duran.
Yeah.
Roberto Duran.
No mas.
And we sat at the Beacon Theater in New York, and we paid like $25, and we thought like, whoa, what is this, man? And it was great. Okay, you felt like you were there. It was fantastic. We were all at the Beacon. We got to see that, and that was the first time I ever had any kind of experience with that. And what that became, and I mean, that fight was amazing. That was an amazing. And just think of it, the billions and billions and billions of people, and that's before they could, you know what I mean? That's how popular this guy was. The most popular man on the planet for years and years and years and years. People loved him. Probably one of our most celebrated, athletic geniuses, because that's what he was. He was an athletic genius. And so I got to give it to you, Mr. HBO. And I did my best. I hope I don't get banned.
That would only be, well, maybe the next time you come back, Mike will be back. Because I think you've been on an episode with Mike before. You've been, sure.
Well, I would love it. I'm here to adjudicate no matter who's behind those microphones.
We need to get, over the summer, we had quite a few awesome acoustic performances on the show. And I think you're number 5, you need to break the guitar out and do one.
Okay. That's a promise. I will do that.
We had...
I got him here.
I know, you're in the studio, man. We had Brendan from Wheatus did Teenage Dirtbag. We had Tom Higginson did something new he didn't do like anything from the Plain White Tees, but he did it from Million Miler. We had even Courtney Gaines, the actor.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah, Malachi from fucking Children of the Corn serenaded us.
Wow, yeah.
With an acoustic jam. Like, it's time for a Robert Tepper acoustic jam.
You'd never guess this by the way I talk, but I I get nervous playing in front of people sometimes, unless it's like I have a whole band behind me, and I'm not going to do that. But I will do that. Okay.
You can't.
Next time,
You've been on so many times. You can't be
I
nervous.
know. I
anymore.
feel like I'm in my living room. I've been on so many times. And I appreciate it, guys, because hey, you know what? It's fun. I have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we love having you come on, man.
I'm
Like, what
glad.
else is going on? What else are you doing? Still,
Listen, I finished another record. I think I'm going to put it out after the first. It's so difficult to decide what to do these days. Everybody, no, you release a single, and you hire a company to get you likes and dislikes and hit buttons, and and you do a video and you put it. I mean, my head spins. I have 13 or 14 songs on this record. It's more singer-songwriter, and it's going to be called, I got two titles. I got Shaking Like a Leaf on a Tree or Golden Ring, So I'm not sure which one it's going to be, but the album's mastered and it's done. And and I'm working on another like hard rock record. So I've been writing a lot, man. That's what I'm doing in here. And, but that record will be out soon. And, looking forward to getting that out there. Maybe we could coordinate when that record comes out. We could do something, and maybe I'll do
absolutely.
something off that record. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
So you're looking for like October, November, like what?
No, I think after the first, probably. I'm gonna release it because I don't know. Because why? I have no freaking idea. It's like,
Is there a rhyme or reason anymore?
there's
Like,
no
does it-
rhyme or reason anymore. It's like, my fans and the people who like me are gonna listen to it. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's gonna be the way it goes. And I may try to be clever, and that's what always gets me into trouble because I'm not very clever. You know what I mean? I'm pretty straightforward. And so let me see how it goes. But definitely, I'm not going to sit on this thing too long because it's done. And there's something about that distance from putting it out there, just put it out there, man. Get it. Whether I do a single, whether I listen to people, you know what I mean? Or do vinyl. Or do it's like you have no idea. It's nuts, yeah, it's crazy. But I watch TikTok all the time. It's my favorite station, TikTok station. And how to promote your song in 5 easy lessons. And I'm like, oh, next. And I just don't even want to hear it. But it's a very, I've seen time pass by, but I like the songs on it. I think they're really good. They're a little different for me. And, some are more poppy for me. But it needs to come out. And it needs to come out soon. So
Yeah,
that'll be
definitely,
out.
man. I got a copy of the last CD.
Nice. This is
But-
probably... Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I need the new one because I don't think I got the other one signed from you.
Did you get Better Than the Rest?
I
You
got
have
Better
that?
Than the Rest. Yeah,
Okay,
I have that on
that's the
CD.
That's the last one. That was-
Yeah, if you do the other one on vinyl, I'll like at least the
I like
vinyl
it. I
can
like.
hang.
See, you like that, right?
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool,
Yeah.
Take a great picture and like just sell it to people who want the vinyl. But
Yeah,
not everybody has.
you don't need the
turntable.
system. You don't even need it. Like my daughter's 15.
Right.
She's just kind of breaking into like what a vinyl is and that whole thing. And Tom Higginson actually sent me two copies of his new album on cassette and CD. And he was
Cassette?
like, yeah, he's
Cassette?
like, you can give them away. I said, all right, great. So we'll be doing that on our Facebook. Make sure you check out our Facebook, join the group, facebook.com/Dueling Decades. And then we'll do that in the group. But
Right.
when my daughter saw the album, she was
What's
like,
that?
she was like, can I keep one of them? I was like, yeah, he sent me one, so you can have it. She broke that thing open and it's a blue album and it's kind of, you could see through it, but it's got like this marbling. And she's like, oh, this is so cool. Like, and she was like, how does this work? Like, what do you, I was like, yeah, you need a record player, which we don't have.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like it's limited to people who have record players. Like my son went to live in San Francisco with his girlfriend, and he left his turntable. So I set it up behind me. I have a really nice turntable now, and his whole record collection, and I'm having fun. But
Yeah,
it's
why
like,
not?
how many people? I mean, they look great, don't they? Remember when
Yeah.
who was it? Dave Mason came out with "Only You Know" and I. only you know and I know. And it was like a marbled,
Yeah,
it
dude,
was
so awesome looking.
cool. It was just great. I remember it. And
And last year, for the first time, vinyl outsold CDs.
did it really?
First time in years, yeah.
Wow. See, I need to get out of the house more, man. I'm such an isolator with this thing. I'm afraid if I go to the gas station and I suck on the pump, I'm gonna get sick.
Yeah.
I tell you, I
But
bought
It's
I bought a
awesome.
turntable. Sorry, yeah. I
You
I
bought
bought
a turntable?
Yeah, I bought one, and just as it came up, I got it, and then I found online. My father was a musician, and I found his album on vinyl online, and
Isn't
I
that
reached out,
amazing?
and I reached out, and I got it, and I asked the guy how he came across it, and he said he's
Right.
had it since it came out, and he was and I told him
Wow.
that the guitarist was my father, and he was blown away.
That is so cool. No, I have an album sitting in my living room for like a month now. Some guy wants me to sign it and send it back to him, and I will if I remember. And but I'm just saying, it's like you find them, and it feels a little more interesting vinyl. It just does. You know what I mean? It looks. But I don't know. Maybe we're old and
And you got more real estate, man. Like that was the one cool thing that Tom did.
right.
Not only did you had the album cover front and back, but then it had the whole pullout, and he had this really cool picture on the pullout, which she actually hung up. She didn't hang out the album itself. She hung out the pull-up where it's him and it's got like a Nintendo and all this like 80s shit because that's like what
That's
he's
so
all about. And she was like, yeah, and it's on her wall as a picture. So I was like, that's cool. Like I gotta send him a picture of that. But yeah.
Well, I'm sitting on it, and it will come out, and hopefully I do vinyl. I'd like to. I really would, and it may make it more special. And for the people who do get it, it would really be special. I could sign it and stuff. Like
Yeah, that would be awesome, man. You
That'd be
definitely should do that. Do like a
Right.
small run, man. People will
Yes.
be all over that.
that would be fun. All right, gentlemen, I have a lot of sports to watch.
Yeah, you do. And it's always a pleasure, man. I can't wait to have you back.
Pleasure. Thank you, guys. A lot
Thank
of
you.
fun. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. All right. Good
Stay
night.
well,
Have a
Tep.
good- You too, guys.
All right, duelers. Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to end this episode right here. Want to thank Robert Tepper once again for being our special guest judge for this episode. After not scoring any points the first 3 rounds, I pick up both of the 2-point rounds, and I score the victory in this one, ending Mancrush's winning streak and starting one of my own, hopefully. So until next time, duelers, we're going to bid you a peace, love, light, and a joy. Thanks for watching along with us. We'll see you next time.
Later.
All right.